Return of the environmental series, Nature.
We sent a team of young reporters from the Early Times newspaper.
As we flew into New York, the organisers of the summit were promising the dawning of a new era for children.
There are 4 of us, me, Nkem, Monica Tawazi.
And me, Dominic King, and Stan Bright.
Arriving at JFK Airport, all of us had our doubts about whether those promises of a better future for children would be transformed into action.
But we all had hopes too, hopes that such a large gathering of world leaders really could make a difference.
Meanwhile, the 4 of us were arriving at the UN, fancying our chances of doorstepping political leaders as they arrived.
I wonder who's coming in.
Alright, Mulroney.
Yeah, I know.
It's Canada, Mexico,
Egypt,
Sweden.
Our first press scrum. Somewhere in that lot is Canada's Prime Minister, Brian Mulroney. He's chairing the 2-day summit. Bundled to the back by pushy adult reporters, we didn't think we had a chance of attracting his attention, but I thought I'd have a go anyway.
Thank you. Sir, can you say a few words to the children's paper in English? Prime Minister.
Sure, yeah. How are you? Nice to see you. Have you come from England?
Yeah.
Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Why did you decide to have this? Why did you think it was a good idea for the summit?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the presence of the head of government can galvanize a national agenda and cause things to happen.
Each world leader had a motorcade, 71 in all. It took an hour and a half to get them all inside the building.
The President of Mexico swept past without comment.
And by the time the President of the United States arrived, we were nowhere near the action.
This was no way to conduct serious interviews about the problems facing children. Fortunately, a short taxi ride away was the political leader who had agreed to see us before leaving for the UN.
Yeah, have you seen the steam coming out from the drain underground? That steam.
The sewers?
Yeah. So hot on the ground.
Travel to UN mission to Maldives, interview with President Mamoun Abdul Gayoom, something like that. Suite 800C.
What sort of questions would you like to ask?
The Maldives is a tiny country with huge environmental problems. Stan asked the first question.
Why did you decide to come to the summit?
Because the summit is going to be very important for all the children of the world. And the Maldives, as a developing country with a very high percentage of children in its population, it's very important for us to ensure that our children can lead a healthy life in the future.
That future is threatened by global warming, which may cause sea levels to rise, submerging the islands. I got straight to the point. Are you hoping that other countries will give you a home if and when your country vanishes?
I think we have to start from now, taking steps to avoid such a consequence. I mean, there is still time to our way of thinking. For one thing, we could reduce the emission of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
I feel sorry for the poor guy. Imagine having your island disappearing.
Thousands of years of culture lost.
Yeah.
How are you?
Next stop, the plaza on Central Park, and an interview with Brazil's new president. His country has a poor record for protecting its environment and its children.
Are there many children in Brazil living on the streets? If so, what is being done to house them, immunize them, and most important, make sure they have proper nutrition?
O problema no Brasil, ele começa.
We feel very strongly that our responsibility is to deal with the future, and the future of the country is, of course, the children of Brazil. I am the youngest Brazilian president ever, and as such, I'm especially aware of my responsibility in this historic moment of time. So I hope very much, and I'm sure, that at the end of my 5 years in office, the situation will be quite different from what we have found now.
People over the world are very upset over the destruction of the Brazilian rainforest. Are Brazilian children just as worried as the other countries?
Do Ministério da Criança, que eu me referi há pouco.
In fact, you see, Brazilian youth is very involved in the ecological issues. And I like to say that Brazil has nothing to hide about this area, about ecology, or about anything else either. Because today we have no lack of courage whatsoever to face and solve the problems in Brazil. In fact, my generation is a generation that came and asked, what did we do to deserve a planet that has been so spoiled and devastated? What did we do to dirty it? My generation is a generation of victims, just as yours.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
How old are you?
11.
11. And you? 15. You?
13.
13. The age of my son.
14.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Can I take a picture?
Yes, please.
It was interesting. I liked him.
What's now is to see how he turns out in the UN.
Yeah.
At the end of the first day of the summit, most of the action had been away from the United Nations. Tomorrow that would all change.
The beginning of an historic day, a day which would see the largest ever gathering of world leaders at the UN, a day when they would formally commit themselves to working for a better future for children.
Ya no queremos.
We no longer want to witness images of children with eyes that are devoid of hope, eternally questioning, enveloped in sadness.
That sadness is shared by many children in the developed world too. Indeed, in New York, host city to this summit, 40% of children live below the poverty line.
I've learned that our children are a mirror, an honest reflection of their parents and their world. Sometimes the reflection is flattering, and at other times, we simply don't like what we see. There are almost 3 billion young people on Earth today, and more than 14 million of them will die this year. In the next hour alone, 1,000 babies will perish.
He was waffling on a bit, going on about all the figures he could, people are dying every second or whatever. I don't think we wanted to really... I think it was a lot of stage acting he was actually doing. I think we wanted to find out exactly what he was going to do, not what the figures are or what's, he's trying to do. At a press conference, it was a question from a 7-year-old which seemed to strike a chord.
Do you think that this declaration will really help grown-ups love and care for children much more than they do now, because so many children are suffering today because of the grown-ups?
I think that the children will control the development. It's obvious that political decisions is not enough. It's also, as you indicate, how the grown-up behave in the daily life. And I hope that young boys and girls will feel stronger in opposing the adults if they don't behave as they should do.
It all ended with children from 71 countries delivering a summit declaration, each declaration signed by that country's leader.
Our efforts are directed towards the best of all possible causes, the future of our children. It's time, as many of you have said, to match our words with action. The real work starts now. I declare this summit over. God bless you all.
And he wasn't kidding when he said the real work starts here. The declaration promised an end to mass child deaths within the next 10 years.
That promise will cost $20 billion a year, the amount the world's military spends in 10 days. We hope it's a promise which won't be broken.
That's it for this week. I'll leave you with the final message that was given to the world leaders at that summit. It came from the United Nations Children's Organization, a direct appeal to those leaders to concentrate on the generations to come.
We were all children once. But some children never grow up to their potential. And some never grow up at all. Every day in our world, 40,000 children die. Each death, the death of a child who had a personality and a potential, a family and a future. $40,000 a day, 250,000 a week, 14 million a year. A child every 2 seconds of every day, every week, every year. And behind every child who dies, 10 more live on with malnutrition, unable to grow normally, in body or in mind. By any measure, this is the greatest tragedy of our times.